Hey, so today we're going to talk about intermittent fasting and diabetes. Is it safe? Is it dangerous? Should you do it? Well, if you actually pull up on Google data on this, you're going to see that certain articles and videos will say it's not good to do this. There's other diets that are better because they're trying to avoid something called hypoglycemia, this really dangerous side effect. But let's just take a look at the whole picture, okay? First of all, what is diabetes? It's hyperglycemia. It's high sugar. Okay? Hypoglycemia is low blood sugar. The purpose of the medication that a diabetic takes is to lower blood sugars. And as one complication of this, sometimes the medication can drive the blood sugars too low and you end up with hypoglycemia. And so they give you this little sugar pill, especially if you're a type 1 diabetic. Now, when you do intermittent fasting, you basically decrease the need for insulin, okay? You decrease the need for medication for diabetics. Now, if you actually continue to take the same medication, okay, and do intermittent fasting at the same time, you are going to have problems because it's going to drive your blood sugars too low. But the goal, I would think, which makes total logical sense, is to be able to decrease the need for medication, right? Would that make sense? Decrease the need for metformin, for insulin, and other diabetic medications. That would be a good thing because even insulin has side effects. When you take too much insulin, and by the way, the insulin that a diabetic is taking is not the same as your body is supposed to produce. It's a genetically modified version of your own insulin, and that's a whole other topic. But the point is that there are side effects from taking too much insulin, okay? Even if it's regulating your blood sugars. I mean, look it up yourself. I'll put a link down below so you can see this. But when a diabetic type 1, for example, consumes a large carbohydrate meal, they're going to need more insulin to deal with that excessive carb, right? If they don't consume as many carbs, they're going to need less insulin. When you do intermittent fasting, the need for insulin goes down. Now, the question, is it dangerous? Well, it's only dangerous if, number one, you don't do it gradually and you don't adjust your medication. You don't get help from your doctor to make those adjustments with the quantity of medication. So when you're doing intermittent fasting and you're eating less carbs, the need for this medication goes down. You make the adjustments, you won't get hypoglycemia. Now, your blood sugars will come down, but you're not going to feel bad because your body's going to be running on ketones and fat fuel and less blood sugars. So even if your blood sugars are, let's say, for example, 70 or even 60, and you're feeling fine, so you really have to look at the whole picture and understand what's happening and not just kind of think with high blood sugar and low blood sugar. So in reality, intermittent fasting is not only an essential part of healing the pancreas, but giving you the potential to come off your medications, of course, with the help of your doctor. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat-burning triggers and blockers and fat-burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause. I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.